Oh shoot!
What the hell?
What's up, man? I don't even
What's
know how
up?
you look like.
I need to know how I look like. I don't post a lot of pictures. Kind of like you. You don't really post lots of pictures, but you got a nice background picture that I would love to have any day. Nice styling. I forget which one I'm talking. The main one. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, is
The
it
one.
where I'm all like smug and shit?
Yeah.
Or I do like a...
Yeah. I try to do that face once in a while, but I can't like hold a phone and do it myself. That had to been like a portrait or some shit, right?
No, dude, I had
You
a
know,
I had a camera. I had it on a wide lens, and I just pushed it. Like I just made like what was my inspiration for that photo? I was like, I don't know. I met an asshole in San Francisco, and I was like, I want to be like that guy. I was like,
Was his name Dave Mustaine from Metallica? No, I heard he was all right. I just don't like the way he sings too much, Didn't
oh
really
yeah. Can
catch
you,
my.
can you do an impersonation real quick? No.
I,
No,
I would I would probably prefer not to, just to not embarrass myself. Shit, man, it's a pleasure to fucking talk to you, man. It's been a long time since I've been following you, a couple years now. So it's like I'm kind of like a fanboy, I'm just like, what the
Oh
hell?
shit.
This guy's like fucking talking to me and shit, man. I couldn't believe that you said yeah to
Really?
being on. So I was like, yeah, fucking
Oh
yeah, man.
man.
So I'm excited, dude.
Hey, dude. No, I'm happy to be. Thanks for reaching out and stuff. It's always nice to get to know people and stuff.
Hell yeah. Especially like with fucking Instagram. Sorry, excuse my French. I do that a lot. I know. I watched a couple of things that you did before, and I like have not heard you curse yet. So it's all good if you don't. But I just say they might be flying around. It's hard to contain.
No, yeah. Yeah, we're good. We could speak somewhat freely, I think.
Speak
Yeah.
freely. Yeah, this ain't like fucking sponsored by Adobe or nothing. So you're good. But yeah, dude, one of the first things, it was like 2 years when the pandemic first started. I had I'd been following you a little bit. I think I just started following you, and then I noticed you did that DeLorean, and I was like, oh shit! And you offered it as like a background, like on your website or some shit.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
like, this thing is fucking badass, man. So I downloaded it. I had it on my iPad for the longest time, and then I saw the Optimus Prime, the color one. And I was like, damn. I put that one on my phone. I was like representing you before I even like knew who the hell you were. But
Heck yeah, man. I just gotta keep, I didn't do a lot of those the free wallpapers this year. It was all about giving people courses this year.
yeah.
Man, I wish I could do them all, right? Like it's just like I gotta pick one theme a year, or else I'll go a little crazy. I don't know if
Dude.
that makes sense to you, man. But yeah.
Totally makes sense because I'm not I don't call myself a designer or graphic artist. I mean, I kind of technically do that, but it's whatever. But I get it, dude. There's so many things. Like, I mean, I'm sure you like. Do you play instruments or anything like that?
I used to, man. I used to
Make
be
music and stuff.
I used to what do you call that? I used to be a
A
turntablist.
DJ. If you have video behind you, or you're a VJ or some shit. I don't know.
Is he? No, you know what it was? It's like I used to do like battle scratching and stuff,
Oh, cool.
and it was fun and everything. And then I realized that when you like at that time we were burning CDs, right?
Yeah.
We were burning MP3s for people, and I would make people tracks of my unique scratches and stuff. And no one wants to hear 5 minutes of scratching, man.
Yeah, right. Just to,
Yeah,
hey, let me see if I like any of these scratches that I can use for like a split second. Wicka, and then that's about it.
Yeah,
just, you
so
like separate
yeah.
them up a little bit, like you do with the layers on your fucking.
I
your
didn't
shit,
figure it
man.
out back then as much as I figured it out with the arts I get or the graphic arts, man.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't know what happened, dude. It's like I tried the music thing. I thought I was good at it. I wasn't. I went to business school. I worked at a bank and stuff. I wasn't good at that either. And eventually, when I turned like 30, I went into the arts and stuff, the graphic art stuff.
Yeah,
And,
that's
when
the way to fucking go, man. That's where your heart was probably the whole time, right?
I did used to draw those Dragon Ball Zs, you know?
Exactly, dude. No, but what I was
Yeah.
getting to before with the music and stuff was like with me, I have the music, I have like all these different forms of art that I'm trying to learn. One was your Skillshare class that was phenomenal, man. It was
Oh,
great.
sweet.
Um,
Sweet.
I saw you saw I retook it again last night because I wanted to brush up on it. But with all these things that you're doing at once, you have to kind of like pick one thing a year and just focus on it to make sure that
Yeah.
it's like the best you can do, you know? Because
Yeah,
you're
man.
stressing or you're kind of like stretching yourself thin if you're not,
Do you ever feel
basically.
like there's just like you committed to something, but then like in the back of your head is like, shoot, I kind of want to do this thing.
Yeah,
You know?
all the time, dude.
Yeah.
And
Like
I feel
I've
that
always
way with
wanted.
like new stuff that I'm learning. Not even like just a piece of art. It's like new form. Like I've been learning besides the Illustrator and Photoshop stuff because I've been doing all my stuff on my phone the whole entire
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
I've been learning this Blender. You know that program? I'm sure you've heard of it.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's like
It's like Cinema 4D or whatever.
yeah, it's like you do some 3D stuff in there. I see some people do like 2D, 3D kind of
Yeah.
mashups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they render stuff in 3D and then they make a 2D scene out of it. Like basically you can frame it up and make whatever camera position you want, add lights and all
Dude.
that crap, man. It's ridiculous. It's so fucking cool, but I can't it's like you got to like do it every day and like get in on it. Like just like playing guitar, just like doing music, just like having a family. Like you got to focus on it, man. You got to
Yeah, man. You got to pick like maybe three things, right? And then, well, I don't know. That's just me. I have a limit to
Yeah.
like, I mean, because I do have a day job too, and that's like, you know, I don't want to half-ass that either. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I committed to those guys. I committed to some of the other stuff. I committed to people. Like, I told everyone I was gonna come out like one whole year of educational stuff, so I wanted to stick to that. But I'm telling you, man, like in the middle of that year, I was itching to make because I haven't made something new
Yeah.
the entire year, technically. You know?
It's probably like in your mind. I'm sure like you at least have thoughts of what you want to make, but some people like actually write down stuff and like write the ideas down so they don't forget them, man. Do you do that?
I no, I don't. I should, man. I don't have a system like that. One of the least organized people you'll probably ever meet.
No,
Dude.
you're probably looking at him, bro. You should see the background of this shit.
But like, yeah, it's like I don't think more than like 2 days in advance. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll like maybe I'll like list it off on like the Apple Notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's
On
about
notes,
that's what I
yeah.
do for
I'll just
everything.
list like five things I got to do the next day, and then like, but I don't really think too much ahead, which I should, man. I should start doing something like that.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a good idea, but like I've since we've had like I just turned 40 this year, so we're kind of the same age-ish. A little
Hey, I'm
bit.
almost there, dude.
Yeah,
Almost there.
but I
Yeah.
have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we just we get just put them to bed and shit, and it's a
Yeah.
fucking it's a different world, dude. But I still have the same ambition and drive to do everything else. So you really have to like focus on one motherfucking thing at a time and just
Yeah.
and give it your all, you know.
Dude,
So
see that even more respect to you, man. You're holding down the fort with a family, right? Like, you know,
yeah,
I'm still like, yeah.
you got the full-time job though. It's a full-time job now.
Yeah, it's a full-time job. It's a
Yeah.
full-time job.
Before the
Yeah.
pandemic, I was working at a law firm doing like real estate foreclosure crap, and then making all these posters for Rogan and Joey Diaz on the side, just
Yeah, yeah,
and
man.
going to the bathroom and shooting them. Hey, here's your Austin poster. But it was just a mess, and then the pandemic happened, and luckily, thank God, like they still worked a little bit, but then I got the producing gig with Joey, so it, like kept me alive, and
That's
that
freaking
also
awesome, dude.
helped me to watch your course and like watch a whole bunch of other stuff that I've
Yeah.
gotten onto, man. It's so inspiring to just look at your Instagram page. It's seriously, it's almost I'm
Oh,
almost
man, it makes
envious
me feel
too because
good.
I'm like, God damn it, man, these things are fucking perfect, man. Like,
Did that course help out at all? Like to kind of get the process of some of that stuff?
yes, and what because I never really took any courses on like Photoshop or Illustrator. I always just like looked up a YouTube tutorial, see how to do one specific thing, and then move on. which was kind of the half-assed way to do it. I know that, but like that's all I
No,
had
man,
at the
yeah.
time, you know. So that course was in depth. You went into everything that you did, like,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and then I was trying to like, because you did it on Photoshop and Illustrator on the MacBook, and I had a MacBook at the time, but it was like real slow, even with the Photoshop. So I was trying to make it work with the Photoshop and Illustrator on the iPad, but they don't have some of
Oh,
the things that you do on there on the Illustrator.
you had to
Um,
problem solve a bit, I bet.
yeah,
To
yeah, I was trying to like
make
work it
some of that
backwards. I was
stuff
trying
work.
to use Procreate a little bit, but
Oh, dang.
that's a little not the same as Illustrator or Photoshop either. I mean, it's more closer
Yeah.
to Photoshop, so I could basically do the Photoshop stuff in Procreate, but like that Illustrator, they're making they're making it so that you have to get on that damn computer, man.
I know, man. Like, yeah,
Just give
it's
us the stuff, Adobe.
I thought like their Illustrator. I thought they did a fairly good job on putting it into iPad. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I always because I love the iPad, right? Like if I could do everything on there, I would.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, there's like I always end up going back to the desktop version, because
hmm
I don't know. Those stuff might actually be on the iPad. I'm just so used to finding them wherever the tools are at, like
I
on the
know it's
desktop
a little
stuff.
different when you're going to look and stuff. I just looked today again because I did the course last night on my computer,
Yeah,
and then this afternoon I was sitting there just listening to some podcast that you were on, and I was trying to figure it out, like because I thought that there was an update on Illustrator for iPad since the last time I used it when I took your course the first time. So I was like, oh, let me check it out and see if they added any new features that
yeah.
would allow me to do that. So I was like, oh crap, because when I first started doing the Photoshop poster crap that I do, um, I was using the Photoshop app on the iPhone that was sold on the store. And it was just one. I think it was like
Oh
2015 or
yeah,
something. So it was just the
yeah.
Photoshop Express or something it was called,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was just the one app with everything in it. And I was like, this is what's up. I could do 95% of my stuff right here on my phone on the freaking couch. So, and then one day I got the message that they were like closing that app down and they were not going to update it after like a
Oh
certain
what?
date, right? And I was like, that's when they
Okay.
started the Creative Cloud thing, and then they split all the crap
Oh, I
up.
see.
Yeah, it's a couple years ago. But I was like, damn, now I have to find something else because I was like, I can't. They just totally took away the things that I was doing because
Right.
when I make it, I just, for example, when I take a picture and I'm finished with it, I did all
Yeah.
the Photoshop crap, put the different heads on, whatever. I export that and then I take it into this other app called like Instatoon or some shit. I'm giving away secrets here. And then I changed that into like a cartoony version of that, the original one, but like real fine and detailed. And then I take that back into Photoshop, put it back over it, and then lower the blending, the opacity, just so that it looks kind of like it was drawn, just like a little tiny bit. Not
Right.
really,
Right. Right.
it kind of like, for me, it just, I feel like it like closes up all those like crappy spots where I did crappy Photoshop. It just makes it look kind of like a camera raw filter. I don't know.
Hey,
But
still, man, like, yeah, you found a way to like that works. Like, I actually don't really know how to use Photoshop that well. I don't know if you noticed, like, a lot of the techniques I use are very, very like
you know what you're
basic
doing
stuff.
though. You got the keystrokes down and everything, man. And you taught me, so shit.
Oh man. So was your main tool is Blender right now? Do you have every?
No, I'm learning
Oh,
Blender.
oh, you're learning
I'm
Blender.
trying
Okay.
to. Like I just recently, if you look a couple posts back, there's this one like loop animation that I took another Skillshare class. This guy called Smeef Sculpts. Um,
What was that? What is that? Smeef
Smeef,
sculpt?
like SMEAF Sculpts.
Oh, Smeef sculpts.
Yeah, he's on Skillshare, and he's got a YouTube page too, and Instagram and all that shit. But he did that one scene, and that's what I wanted to learn, like one loop scene, just to learn how to do the loops and like how to set up the cameras and how to
Yeah.
just how to do everything basically. Because I actually use Nomad Sculpt and Forger for the iPad too. It's kind of a little
Oh
different,
man.
but it's basically the same. It's like you can sculpt in there like that, but
You know
it's
what? It just reminds me that all this stuff. It's like this like kind of career path that we chose is like you're basically a student all the time. You know,
True.
you got to keep learning
You
new
have
stuff,
to.
right?
It's
Yeah.
kind of like being a doctor, but you're not chopping people up and stuff. You know?
Yeah, yeah. What we do is way more important, right?
Well, yeah.
So like,
Shit. I mean, what they do, yes, it does save people's lives, maybe keep them alive longer than they would have been before. But what we do is make them happy while they're
yeah,
alive. So
we kind of do that too. They're happy they live longer usually. I
Exactly.
think. So, hey,
Yeah.
hey, there it is.
there it
But
is.
man, like I've been putting a lot of energy towards like because I was doing those tutorials and stuff like how to work a camera
Yeah.
and like video production type stuff. So I'm just learning all of that stuff now and cameras and photography and it's a lot of money, dude.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Initially, when you start off and like you got a really nice, I can tell that you have a nice camera like set up. I have the Zoom, the camera on the MacBook right here, and I'm also recording myself on an iPhone, so it's a better version. So when I go back to put this all together, I take that video and put it over, so my camera looks a little better. Because right
And then
now
you
it
can,
probably
like-
looks a little fuzzy.
You can edit all the angles and stuff like that too,
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
If I wanted to have multiple cameras, yeah. But then I just like because I had to learn everything. I took some Skillshare classes on Adobe Premiere. What else? I mean, I did one on After Effects too, but that's not really what I'm doing right now, so I can't really play with that. But same thing with Blender. Like I'm learning Blender. I'm not really doing shit with that, but I'm trying to because you can learn like how to make like 3D intros for like shows and podcasts and like crazy shit, And if you got cool art, you can incorporate that into it. You got to check it out. Like if you haven't like looked at it in depth a little bit, check it out, man. It's free too. It's like an open source free program. So you can download
Man,
it.
it's like
it's
dude, that
badass.
sounds sick. Yeah, man, I just feel like I don't know. Yeah, I kind of was telling you earlier. I kind of feel like I get stuck into doing one thing. There's so much stuff I want to do, but I gotta hop on that Skillshare. It's good to know that Skillshare is a great platform for you to learn new stuff too, and to get some new skills down.
Hell yeah, man.
Has that been your number one source so far, or do you like? Is there other stuff?
I start out with YouTube, like naturally, just because. I mean, I started paying for YouTube recently, just because I hate watching all the commercials and stuff. But
Premium, YouTube Premium, yeah.
yeah, and the music's there, so why not? So
Yes.
I what was the question?
What was it? Shit.
Oh, wait. I can't. You know what sucks? You can't rewind live. I mean, while you're recording.
What was the question? Holy,
It was like
okay.
2 seconds ago. No,
We were-
you
yeah.
know what? I've done it myself. Like before, I've asked a guest like a question, and they went on like a rant, and then they were like, "Wait, what was the question originally?" And I'm like, I don't know. So what's the weather like out there?
It just hit me. Skillshare, is that the
The only source. Okay.
is that your best
Bam.
source?
It is
I-
the best source. It really
Yeah.
is the best source. I feel like because I haven't tried that masterclass yet, but they have.
No, that's the one that has like celebrities and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's list celebrities and like it seems like next level shit, or at least they're trying to paint it to be next level shit. But I think that because I've seen a lot of people, and I know that you said something on one podcast about you wanted to, or you might try a YouTube, or you did before, or it was kind of on hold or something like that. But
Dude, I said that in like 10 different podcasts. Probably like, hey, I'm gonna start a YouTube, everybody, and then
but it's
you know,
expensive, man, and it takes time, dude. The uploading bullshit is ridiculous, man.
yeah,
Like just
and it-
editing a podcast together takes a couple hours, and then you got to wait like an hour or two for it to fully upload. And
yeah.
it's a pain, but whatever. But
I did figure though. I'm sorry, man. I'm doing
No,
the like the courses for Skillshare and some of the Adobe Max stuff. That kind of like is getting me ready for something like YouTube because
yeah,
YouTube is a lot of
I
like
could tell
self.
that.
Yeah, like you gotta do it yourself, right? Like you gotta upload every week and you gotta upload frequently and everything. I think like doing the Skillshare stuff just kind of got my feet wet and like filming myself with pushing the record button. I found out I had to get a camera that can track the focus, right? Because you know what I mean.
The iPhone does it pretty good, dude.
Oh, the iPhone does it good too?
Yeah, we got a iPhone 12, I think, when that came out like a year or two ago, and I just been using that the whole time, man.
See, yeah.
Luckily, you can hook it right up to the computer or whatever, or just what I do is, I mean, you probably know this already with, Premiere and shit, but I'd film it on there, on here, I have a Rode Caster Pro mixer, and I record the audio through there, and then I take everything into Premiere and then highlight everything, right click, and synchronize. And then bam.
I did not know that, dude.
There you go. I
think I do something. I think I do everything manually, man. It just takes me forever. And
dude, I was doing that for the first, because we were on like a 125 or something of the Uncle Joey's Joint podcast. So like,
yeah,
from the beginning, if you look back at 1 to like 40. No bueno, Holmes. Seriously, but
are you in Los Angeles somewhere? I'm guessing.
No, we're in New Jersey.
Oh, you're in New Jersey. Oh, sick.
Yeah, that's why I asked you for 9 because I figured it would be kind of early for you. That's why
you said Eastern time. I'm an idiot, dude.
It's all good.
I'm an idiot. Oh, are you in Los Angeles?
No, Joey lived out there, and I was about to like try to go out there, but then he was like, you know what, man, there ain't shit out here for you. You can do what you're doing anywhere, Because I wasn't looking to get into comedy or anything. I was just looking to like meet comedians to work with, because that's what I was basically doing, was working with a bunch of comedians. So, but he's like, nah, don't move out here, and I didn't. And then like a year or two later, the pandemic happened, and he was like, I'm moving back to Jersey because that's where he's from.
Oh, so he's over there. Okay.
Yeah, so he moved here. Now I'm like an hour away. So I just drive up there twice a week and record the podcast, put it together, and put it out, man.
Dang.
It's fun.
See, I want to ask you a ton of questions about the podcast life. Really? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna talk. This is a chat, man. It's an interview, kind of, but I don't like calling it that.
No, like, so you do the podcast for Joey Diaz, and that's sick,
I sit there with him. I sit there I'm on the back of the camera, so like if you hear laughing, that's me. I'm just thinking of a podcast
because I watch a lot of UFC stuff.
Yeah.
And what's that guy's name? Thick guy. What's his name? I mean that's his brand. He's like
Brendan Schaub.
Brendan Schaub, yeah.
Yeah.
When you know how he talks to that one guy. What's his name?
Brian Callen.
Asian guy. He's like an Asian guy that takes care of his podcast. Is that kind of what you do with Joey Diaz?
Yeah. He's like his what's his name? Chin, I think.
Chin.
Yeah. He does music and stuff. He does like I think he's really into like country music and shit. It's kind of different.
Man, okay.
But he produces the podcast for him. But he's like they're on the next level. Like the shit that they have, the equipment that they use, and like the setup that they have, because the whole time they've been like having guests in studio. So ever since Joey came back, we kind of started doing this in the middle of the pandemic, and he hasn't. Yeah. It's been out of his house. I go there, and it's just me and him. So anytime we do a guest, it's on Zoom. That's why I was like, let me just, because I've had my podcast going for like a couple, like 5 or 6 years, but I kind of, once a bunch of stuff happened, babies and moving and pandemic and all that, I kind of threw it to the wayside, just like we're talking about with everything. And so I started back up again. But yeah, it's crazy. Like they have so much. I was just watching a behind the scenes of one of Chin's Instagrams or something, and it was like him getting set up and going through the day. And I was thinking of doing that one time, and I watched his. I was like, wow, this is so much more interesting. You'd be watching me driving for an hour in a car. Then I'd get there, set up a computer, a freaking mixer, and a phone.
What did Chin's look like? Was it like he goes into like a
into their nice studio, with, the fighter in the kids' studio, and like the behind the scenes they got, and it's not even just him. It's like they got like 3 or 4 people like helping them out in the back with like audio and video and all that stuff. Which I'm sure you probably need, because handling a lot of video, you kind of have to have eyes on things all the time to make sure shit's recording. Right here, like for me, I have 3 things recording, and they're right in front of my face, so it's like,
I guess I got to ask you, because I failed so many times. I told, another podcast that I'm going to do a YouTube channel and all that stuff.
You should, man.
And it just gets super daunting. Is it right way to do it is maybe I make like 5 videos and then figure out how to expand from there, or do I just like? Do you think that's the right way to do it?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. I take my opinion for a grain of salt or whatever, because I don't really know anything for anything. But my opinion is,
hey, that's not true.
But depending on what you want to do,
yeah.
Like, are you trying to have a guest on to talk to, or are you just trying to like do instructional videos, or are you trying to do like a behind the scenes, or are you trying to do everything? If you're trying to do everything, then maybe I would suggest, because you seem like you have like great equipment, and I feel like you would make your shit like perfect. Like your video, I feel like your videos would be as good as your illustrations. You know what I mean?
See, sometimes I think I gotta let some of that go. Like you know,
you do.
That perfectionist stuff is kind of hurts you sometimes.
That's probably what's keeping you from doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, it helps out with the illustration stuff, but I definitely think I need to get in a different wavelength. You know, when I'm thinking about
really coming. Yeah. It's like pretend you're about to take some mushrooms or something. Okay. It's gonna be a hell of a ride, because it really is. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. You got a good following on Instagram and everywhere else that you have like a social network platform.
Man.
You know, you probably see all the comments, all the positivity that comes from it. I mean, especially doing design.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a different world, design, because design, like, I've been doing comedy a lot. But design for comedy. So like you get people that are following these people that will comment on stuff that like maybe you didn't think of something, and it's like a negative thing. So you got to kind of like get over that. But I'm sure like design stuff's got to be like way more positive, you know?
It is, man. Like my brother's he's a chef, right? He has an Instagram for his chef stuff.
Cool.
And man, they get pretty brutal. The chefs.
Dude, you see some of these chefs?
Yeah, my brother's like, dude.
I used to work at Outback Steakhouse. I was a kitchen manager, assistant kitchen manager. I cooked the prime rib during the day. Then I went home.
A prime rib? Heck yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
But most of those cooks back there, I don't know what your brother looks like, but they got tattoos all over the place. They're hard. They got bandanas on. They do coke in the bathroom, you know.
That's why when you meet my brother, I wish I can get him up here. He's probably I don't know what he's doing over there, but he's
nothing like that.
He looks like a really like nice, soft dude, you know. And then like when you see him in the kitchen, it's like it just switches. Yeah. You know, he's like a completely different person in the kitchen. And
you have to be, dude. It's a ruthless in the kitchen, man. Especially when it's busy, dude.
And then when he shares his like, it's almost like an art form, right? Or I mean, it is an art form when he shares it on Instagram, because I guess you can't taste it, right? It's a visual experience on Instagram. Dude, the other chefs, I swear it's like, it's different from the design scene. I think you get a lot more people positive in the design scene and like wanting to help each other out and stuff. The chefs, man, I feel like they're at each other's throats. They're like, man, that's not how you cook a duck. You know, like it's
you
like
shove a carrot up that side of the fucking ass. Something like that.
But that's that. Yeah, he was asking me like if I experienced some of this stuff that he, you know, some of the comments. I was like, no, I really don't. And I also don't read a lot. Well, no, that's a lie. I read all the comments.
It's hard to not, dude, because and a lot of people do it just to get feedback on their stuff. I mean, obviously, but like a lot of people use it as inspiration, and they kind of like steer their art towards whatever people are saying instead.
Yes.
That I don't know if it's a good idea.
That's what I'm thinking. What do you think about? Do you think you should kind of tailor what you're putting out towards what people? Because another thing to be super honest with you, making tutorials and stuff was a 100% direct response to people asking me for them. You know what I mean?
You're like, shut up now.
What? No.
Sure, you were like, please stop DMing me. Dude, your stuff is so cool. How do you make it? Please explain.
It was 4 years. It was chill, right? It was like, I'm just going to make a new illustration here and there. And eventually it's like, oh, I'm starting to like, you know, like tailor towards the feedback. And in order for me to make tutorials, I had to dedicate a year. I felt like that was like the only way I could do it to get some of this stuff out. stuff like that. Do you think that's a good idea to tailor towards an audience?
I
Do
mean,
you think, yeah,
somewhat, because you got to still have you in it, and what you want to do to make you passionate about it to keep
yeah,
doing it. But I mean, I don't see why it would be a bad idea to like maybe if you're going to be doing a channel and you're going to be still doing multiple pieces of artwork a week, why not like do for your own and then take one idea from what they're talking about. Some people use that as a way to help engage the viewers and
yeah,
everything too.
man.
I watched this one kid. He's younger. I gotta call him kid because he's probably half my age. His page on YouTube, it's called Benny Productions, just Benny, and he does Photoshop stuff. But the way that you gotta check out his page, dude. I think like I am inspired just by what he's doing. He like just he has the little corner picture with the his face on it, and then the Photoshop is there. But just the way he does it, it's entertaining and funny, but it's still like really in depth, and tells you exactly what you need to do to get the job done. But I think that you should maybe tailor it a little bit to them, not much, but like at least so they know. Or you can do what he does, and he takes like suggestions in his YouTube comments for
Yeah,
like
man.
one, because he has like it's like throughout the week he'll make a couple different style of videos. He'll make a tutorial, he'll make one that's like he has people send them a drawing, like kid drawing, and he'll turn it into like a real life looking 3D thing in Photoshop. It's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
badass.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
like,
that's one
yeah.
of them, and then he'll take suggestions. He'll turn your pictures, like he'll take your photos themselves and put you in a picture and make a cool Photoshop picture out of it too. So I'm sure he's getting shitloads of engagement. He's got like over 1 million or 2 followers, dude. And I'm
Oh,
positive
shoot.
that you would be awesome at it. Seriously, the way that you,
Man,
you
yeah.
communicate, you communicate very well. Not not that I know that much, but to me, I it's like when I was watching you, it was like listening to like my favorite teacher in school.
Oh, really? Oh,
You know what I mean?
dude.
You know that feeling? Because
You
there was
like
not a
that
lot of
teaching
good teachers.
style? Okay, I had a man, I read the comments because like, okay, Adobe Max, when I read the comments from my followers, it's different. Like most people are pretty positive, but with Adobe Max, I read all the comments of like the new people that flooded in there. Yeah, it's like a lot of people were telling me like, hey, stop saying like and dude, stop saying dude.
Oh
And
yeah. Well,
you
that's
get a lot of
you
that type
though.
of stuff.
A lot of
Yeah.
that shit, like just certain
Yeah.
words. I mean,
I
like
can't
for
not
me,
do
I
that. You
can't
know what I
I
mean?
can't not stop cursing, man. It's just like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's
Yeah.
where I grew up. I don't know. But sometimes I do feel like people might get offended. So I don't know. I really tried to if like but even with this, when I first started doing this podcast, it was just audio at the time because I was not even trying to fuck around with this video bullshit.
Video stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and it was just too much for my computer to handle and upload to the internet at the time because I was still doing shit on Skype when that was still around. But
Oh, oh,
remember
Skype's
that
not
guy?
around anymore. Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
don't
No,
know. I mean,
we got the Zoom.
yeah, we got the Zizoo and like a crowdcast or whatever. But yeah, I think that you could, and as long as you like made like a week or two worth of videos ahead of time, maybe.
Oh, I
You
see.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
You
see what
always
you're
have
talking
to
about.
kind of be a week ahead.
Be ahead of the schedule. That way, like you kind of know how to plan. Yeah, you know what? What I've been doing so far is like, whenever I finish something, boom. Whenever like maybe
Yeah, I
I
know.
should like create a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
Like so I
I
have
always
time.
wanted to do that with this, but I felt like with this thing, it's like just I'm talking to people, so it's like I want it to be as fresh as possible. So that, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get off of here and make sure this is out tomorrow morning. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
heck
not.
yeah,
I
dude.
don't mess around, but the stuff that you do or I could see you doing, it could be pre-done and pre-made at least a week before. So you could still possibly like if you wanted to. I know. I'm so glad that you said I don't. About the political thing. I hate when people start talking about that stuff, man.
I just
I don't
yeah
really.
like
I really honestly don't ask people that I think would because I don't
oh
even want to get into it because I'm like whatever. That's not even what this is about. This is about
right.
Talk about your art and shit.
A little bit of backstory, right? I was like, yeah, we could do this podcast for sure. I just can't talk about. I mean, if you really want to talk about it, I'll say whatever is the first thing in my head, but I never go really deep into that stuff. And
it doesn't really matter though. It shouldn't. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because
right.
But I'm worried about what you're making like tomorrow and the next day. You know, is it going to be another like?
I just want to make another, more spaceships and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude.
Yeah,
that's
what
got me. The spaceships, the aircraft stuff, the DeLorean. What else? Oh, I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff because I took a bunch of like screenshots. So like as we're going here, they might like pop up just so they know.
Yeah. That's actually good.
I love because I went back to the beginning when you first kind of started your Instagram.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody else do that, but they didn't really talk about it too much. Your first like design, I think, was this picture. It was like a piece of poop in a toilet. You were like, bringing this shit to Instagram.
Okay, all right. Wait. Was it like a photo of like a huge piece of poop on a toilet or something like that?
It was not on the toilet. It was actually next to the toilet.
Oh.
Can you see that?
Oh, there it is.
It's kind of blurry a little bit. And then there was the poop emoji.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why. Why did I do that?
And this was just cool. You said it reminded you. It was like something that you did that was like reminding you of like your youth or your family or something like that.
Yeah, man. I was always a triceratops. You know what I mean? Like
motherfucker. Get out of my way.
Yeah, like something what was the that one is actually that one was like kind of important to me, I think, at the time. Right now it's like years passed, and then now I can't even remember why I made that. And like I talked about, but like the poop stuff though, I think it was like
poop emoji.
What the fuck?
This one, it's like a 3D one. This was just 3D, right?
How many of those did I make, dude?
I don't know.
How many okay.
There was like at least those 3 that were poops.
Oh, you know what it was? I felt like everything I made back in the day was shit.
Yeah.
That's
what the thing on there. I went up a little bit because it might have been the next year. But it was like a birthday post that you posted, and you were like, "Here, let me see if I can find the first one." Because you posted it, you were like, "Let me see if I can." Oh, no,
but you know what? Yeah, I'll also. What's up?
No, I was gonna say you said, "Let me see if I progress any by my next birthday," and then you had like, done.
Oh man,
done progressed. If you know what I'm saying. Faux show. Shit.
Yeah, man, that's dude. You just brought me back a little bit on memory lane there. I kind of forgot why. I think at the time I was like, yeah, everything I make is shit, so I might as well literally make shit. I think was the.
It's probably the same year. My girlfriend at the time, she was my girlfriend. She went out and just got us Halloween costumes out of nowhere, and she got me just a head. It was a poop emoji head. I gotta find it.
I work at the time too. I was working at a candy company, and they we were designing the packaging and even designing the little molds for the candies, and then we were making this emoji candies, and then one of the instructors was like, you cannot do the poop emoji, and I was like, because I forgot what was it. I think
what about the eggplant?
I don't know if the eggplant meant something back then. Wait.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of slowly turned into. Yeah.
The guy was like, I think he was just saying like, we can't have a company that sells shit. I think that was like in the meeting. He was like saying something like that. I was like, I understood that, but the poop emoji was like the number 2 most popular emoji at that time, and I was like, I'm pretty sure if they decided to move forward with that, it would have done pretty awesome,
Yeah, sometimes that's bad marketing, man. See?
Yeah, how many times does that happen to you? Like you're super excited about something, it's for an official company, and they're like, I wish, dude. The only like official shit that I've really done is like these posters and stuff for Rogan and those are huge though, man.
Yeah, those are huge. But they're like, I don't know. Because I've tried to have like other artists and stuff on like that do different stuff like actual art and shit, you know, like, and I try to do it myself as well, but I'm like not that great at like another thing I've been trying to do over the pandemic is learn like how to draw like comic book style, you know, but it's so hard.
Comic book style is hard, man.
Perspective's so hard. Like I understand it, but I can't execute, you know.
Dude, I mean, if you look at a lot of the stuff I make, you know, I don't do a lot of stuff in crazy perspectives. Like I can't draw like Wolverine's, you know, like claws coming at you and things like that. They're always like in a flat angle or
yeah,
a
2D, but you
view.
turn them into 3D. That's the whole style. That's what's fucking badass. And I saw a couple of them that you had some guy animated them. It was like a year or two ago. You haven't had one of those done in a while, have you?
Yeah, that was my old. I mean, he's still kind of my business partner because we still work together on a few things. And you know, I don't know how much you're getting hit up about this NFT stuff. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I've heard a little bit about it.
But you know, I think he's been wanting to come back and make some NFT types because he was thinking that it's perfect for that type of thing.
Yeah,
it's just a whole world that I just don't understand. Yeah, I'm not. It's like. I'm not against it or I'm not talking bad on it or anything. I just don't understand it yet because I haven't looked up what exactly it is. I mean, I have a base knowledge, right? Like you're basically
me too. I barely understand it, but I understand what it is and what it can do for artists. Like Joey made a couple last summer, had some made, and he sold them on Patreon to like his followers on there. Do you have a Patreon page?
I don't. Should I?
Probably, because people can donate to you for doing the tutorials, and you can have.
Oh,
it's almost like a Skill-Share that you can make that people can only watch your stuff. That's like behind a little paywall, and you can have different tiers and stuff, bro.
Oh man!
Hey, we got to have a little discussion after this, or you know, another time.
You know, I don't really have like I said, I have zero structure for everything that I do. Is like, well, I just want to make the next thing. What's the next thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's this whole the NFTs are just amazing because I think that when you sell them, well, I know for sure when you sell them, you get that certificate or whatever with it. It's like basically like having a piece like a poster signed by somebody that you like, and then you send it to get authenticated, and then it comes back with a certificate, and you know says it's the original thing.
Yeah,
but it's digital. And there's only like one of 200. There's a certificate for each one. Yeah. I mean, whatever. You can freaking take a screenshot of a video of it, and then you own it too, kind of.
Yeah. Just I guess it's not the official.
The official one. But when you sell it, though, you sell it the first time. That person owns it. But then if they sell it,
yes, I heard about this.
And every time it gets sold, you get a cut.
So, is it like the pyramid scheme of arts?
I mean, kind of, but imagine if like, Van Gogh could have sold like one piece of artwork, and then somebody kept selling. He could have had some money and maybe not cut his damn ear off.
Yeah, maybe pyramid scheme was he cut his ear off, dude?
Yeah, something about that. He gave it to some hooker down the road or something.
Oh man, that's.
And then like went into a field that he painted before, and then shot himself in the chest or something.
Yeah,
maybe. But he was one of my favorites, though. Not like personally, but
yeah.
He's probably kind of a boring, sad jerk off, but he made some great art, you know.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe pyramid scheme wasn't the right. Maybe just a pyramid. What do you call that? Organization, I guess.
Yeah, because it's kind of cool. Like the not. I don't think the second, third, fourth. You know, those people, I don't think they keep making money off of it, but maybe they make a percentage of it. But I'm pretty sure like the original person who made it and sold it always gets a percentage of whatever
that's awesome.
Gets sold down the line. So it's a good way to keep making income if you're doing art like that and digital art. And it's different avenue, different medium. So
you know what? Okay, I guess the only thing that I was like wondering about is why is there a huge rush to get into him? Like
I have no idea what that shit's about. Like why is Beeple selling his shit for so much? I don't know. I think some rich people are just making some like crazy investments.
Like,
Really.
I mean, will NFTs not be there later? Because I just hear a lot of people being like, "You got to do it now while it's hot" or something, and I'm like, "Is it not going to be hot anymore? Like, isn't it just?"
I think maybe it's not going to be hot for the rich people to buy them.
Oh, okay. That's
You
what
know,
that's what that's
because
about
like
then.
normal people really aren't getting that into it so quick right now because they don't know what the hell it is. And
I
it's the way
see.
that I don't know with the Bitcoin, how it's like all on cryptocurrency. It's not like you can pay money like cash for them.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is another whole thing that I don't like totally understand. But apparently, you have to have some big ass computers running, and it like
Oh, you.
takes up a lot of energy. And people that are all about global warming are
Oh,
like
shoot.
pissed
There's
off
a
at the
whole.
NFT people because they're gonna have to run these bitcoins and all this shit off of the
Oh
servers.
man,
I
that's a
don't
whole
know.
other. That's a whole other thing too, huh?
Yeah. But as you know,
Yeah.
time goes on, our computers will get better, and that shit won't fucking matter. So, you know, I think it'll be a lot easier when like there's an app for just
Yeah.
NFTs. You could just go on there and just buy them.
Dude,
But
I'm all for NFTs. Everything I make is digital. I'm just wondering like I was saying earlier, like why is everyone telling me there's a huge rush? You know, like I gotta do it now type of thing.
I don't
And
know. I
you know,
think it's just
I don't know.
exciting.
I don't know. I'm usually someone that adopts things later. You know
Me
what I mean?
too.
Like I'm a very slow mover, like a turtle, you know, that moves uphill. Like it'll eventually get there.
Like the turtle in Moana she had to like cover with the leaf, keep the little birds
Yeah.
away. Like, yeah, don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Don't touch
Okay.
him. He'll get there. He's not gonna go back down. He's not going backwards. He's still moving, you know. Well, I'm just never like I can never jump on what's like super hot. You know what I mean? I don't know what the
Yeah.
I've never done that, but
Yeah, I wish I could. I never had like any like one of those Instagram things where they like met on the story page or whatever the hell they're called. You know what I'm talking about? Where they
oh
pop up when you go to like the search thing and your shit's just there. Cause like I don't know how the hell the algorithm on there works. But
the Explorer thing. See, that's another thing. Like
yeah.
if you want to talk about Instagram, man, everyone's telling me like you got to do reels. Like if you do reels, that's going to get you in their algorithm. Like
Oh really?
I've never
Really?
done stuff that like was tailored towards their algorithm. You know, it's more like I just wanted to make the best stuff I could make
Yeah.
and put it on there. That's pretty much kind of how I treated it this whole time. That's how I'd like to treat the NFT thing. I just want to make the best thing. I don't want to rush something just to get it in there while it's hot. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense, but
No, it totally does. And you guys probably like you could probably get your friend to like take those previous animations you did and make those into NFT. You don't even have to like do any work right now. You have a couple of them already in the bag, dude. You know, any of that kind of stuff. Like I take I take like some pictures and I try to make them 3D. So I put them into Photoshop. I take the layers, separate them into layers,
yeah.
and then I use this app called Warble. Do you ever hear that?
Warble?
Warble.
No, I'm writing it.
Write it down.
I'm writing it down.
WERBLE. It's got a bunch of like expansion little packs that you can buy, like different like overlay effects, but it's basically like a little After Effects in your phone. And it's got like all these things that you could put over top of it. You can add layers that are PNGs and then like kind of make them move a little bit or go out of focus a little bit. It's kind of like you can make little GIFs, or whatever however you say that, GIFs.
Yes. Well, I am signed with Adobe Aero right now. They do
Yes. I was going to talk about that because you got me into them too.
Is this in competition with Adobe Aero? Because I won't be able to.
No. Slide AR would be the old one you were using. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, hey! How'd you know I was using that?
Because I watched some videos, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. I knew that because of your post, how you were like giving like tutorials. So you were like back when you first started that whole thing with the little AR thing. I was like, how the hell is he doing this? And I wasn't one of those guys that was gonna like message you like, hey.
Oh, dude, you should. I wish you
that?
were, man. If anyone was gonna be, I wish it was you who messaged me for that stuff.
Dude, I totally would have. But I did research on it and I tried to see like if you mentioned it, you put hashtag slide AR. and I was like,
You're good,
what is
dude.
this? What is
I did
this?
not know anyone followed that I used Slide AR before. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. And that you put the like from the top left side or whatever. Rock and roll. Somebody pays attention in class. No,
the Slide AR is cool. I mean,
still works. It didn't for a little bit on one of my phones. I was like pissed for a little while, but then I think it updated or something, and now it works again. But I tried Adobe Aero, and it's
Aero right now. It definitely works way better. There's just a few more steps. And that's what I was when I talked to them about. They talk about the improvements they need in the app. Is like it just takes a few more steps than it would on something like Slide, but it is your result is way better on Aero because you get the 60 frames a second version of it, and
that's important because it sucked when you were exporting it. I would have to take a video screen, one of the video captures or whatever on your phone, and record it that way instead of exporting it from the app. Because it would be a better version of it. Like, damn it.
So you swiped up and you put screen record, and that's how. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then I would take that video and edit it so that it was like cropped
crop out the HUD.
Yeah, because I have the two other apps that I use for Photoshop and video stuff on my phone are called Photo Leap and Video Leap, or Photo Fox and Video Leap. They're both by this company called Lightricks, and they're pretty badass. But you can crop the video. You basically do like Adobe Premiere stuff in the app. So I wish there was a Premiere app. God damn it! If I could do every single goddamn thing on my phone, it would be so beautiful.
Well, what do they got? Are you using Rush? Is that the Premiere app?
Well, I tried it, and it's just it couldn't handle the over an hour long video on the phone, and exporting it. Yeah, it was like by the time it got to like if it was an hour long, by the time you got to like half hour, 45 minutes, the voice and audio or the audio and the video would be off a little bit. And I'm like, I didn't even separate this stuff. Like, how is this happening? But I think it had to do with the fact that I was recording on my phone with 30 frames per second. And that program automatically turned it into a 25 frame per second thing. So the frames were off, and then the audio was kind of like eventually it slowly just was off, so that looked like we were watching like a Bruce Lee movie eventually. I was like, God damn it, what the hell is this? And I actually had to upload one or two joint episodes like that because that's all I had at the time. I didn't like I had Adobe, the whole Creative Cloud this whole time, but I didn't really get into like learning it until like the July before the September that we started. Because I didn't have to. I wasn't the producer at that time. I was just their graphic artist making crazy Photoshop stuff. But
really quick, bro, you said Bruce Lee movie. What's your favorite Bruce Lee movie? You got a favorite?
Probably Game of Death. Probably.
Oh, were you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the end?
Yeah, man. I just love that suit.
Yeah, when he kicked him and then his foot was like on his.
Yeah, it's like this is real. This is awesome. I actually I was more like I love that all them movies and shit, but I was more of a Brandon Lee, like The Crow fan.
The Crow, dude.
That was my movie when I was growing up. I remember my uncle like had one of those boxes that you could like get the cable channels for free. We weren't, it was a hot box or whatever the hell. So it was just be on pay-per-view like repeatedly. So we just go over there and I just watched The Crow like for a whole day once. On repeat. I think I like became Eric Draven at one point. I was in for Halloween a couple times, but yeah.
I'm kind of getting the hair. It's not quite there yet.
Dude, seriously, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, I put it up because it's real long, but I need a cut. Bad. But I don't like going to get my hair cut. Do you have that problem? I know, because it's like weird. It's a weird thing. Talk to them. Really? You gonna ask me how my day's going and like, I know it's like.
Oh, you mean like when you're getting your hair
awkward conversation,
They have to. They're being friendly. They're trying to be friendly.
Yeah. Cutting
your hair and stuff. Well, I've been going to the same haircut guy for how many years. So
Yeah, I never had that. I never had that, and I've always went like months before I got haircuts because I've had long hair since like high school. So it's like I could never have the same dude or lady because they probably die or something.
You know, it's weird. Like, so the person that cuts my hair is in San Diego because I lived in San Diego almost my whole life. Recently moved to Austin, like a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
But I go back because my hair grows long and stuff. Like, I go back to San Diego for haircuts because I only go like once a year or so.
Hey, if it works, man, and you got a person, why not? Yeah.
My family, yeah. It's like it's weird. I don't trust anyone else to cut my hair for some reason. But like you know, my family's back in San Diego. I was like, every time I go back, like, oh, might as well get a cut. You know,
get a cut and a style a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get the trims sliced.
I'm pretty sure someone else can cut my hair like this.
Dude, you know how many times I've thought of just pulling it back and just cutting it back here? Because I always pull it back anyway, you know? And if I did lay it down, it would just be kind of short in the front and get longer to the front. Or short in the back and get longer to the front. So I'd be looking like neon, or was that Eon Flux? Shit.
Yeah, man.
But then, dude, you should definitely start up YouTube. Seriously, because I don't care if you say you could either pay somebody or you could do it yourself. You can just fucking. It's kind of a lot of people on YouTube do it now. They just kind of slice. You know that look where they like you're like,
yeah,
talking
to cut off all their ums and stuff.
They cut off the ums, they cut off the dead air, and they cut off their mess ups. Really, because they just record it all the way through and don't stop. If they mess up,
I think that's how my Adobe Max was. They just cut all the like. I don't know if you've seen how jumpy it was. I don't know if you watched it. It was.
I watched a little bit of it. It was a little shaky, but it was a live thing, wasn't it? Like.
No, it was. I mean, I was pre-recorded,
but then they put it at like they just played it live. I recorded
it, and then I had to pre-record it. That actually made it a lot harder. I would have much rather have done it live, you know.
Yeah.
But what
you gonna do? How many times was that you've done your whole like thing? Like that was basically like your Skillshare class down. And that's another thing. Before you even answer that,
okay.
If you do start the YouTube, I've noticed that a lot of people on Skillshare also have a YouTube page that they promote their Skillshare class on.
Oh, man.
Because they're like sponsored by Skillshare on their YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But they don't go in depth all the way with their tutorials or whatever they're doing. They save that for Skillshare. But they give you enough where you're like, damn, I could kind of do this, or I can kind of figure out the rest. And you're like, I'm going to go and check out this course on Skillshare because $99 a year for all those courses, dude, that's a deal, I think. That's so much knowledge. Even though, I mean, I don't care if it's just like, I don't know how you got like into it, like how you were offered it or if you like, you know, went to them with it. But like, I'm sure like, somebody that has a good course, whether or not they're, you know, educated on it or not, if they can explain everything and show you the end result, that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
So that's pretty much how I got into it. I had a Skillshare rep reached out to me through Instagram and then through my email and was like, you got to do a Skillshare. But now that you mention it, it would have been nice to have a YouTube and a Skillshare kind of working together.
Yeah. Well, that's what I noticed. And most of the time, the people that are doing that, they have a couple of Skillshare classes at that time. So maybe they did start it at the same time, you know. So I could see you definitely doing more Skillshare classes.
Yeah, I got. So I did promise I would put some out. So I have a few planned. I have a lot of people want me to do a beginner's course to Illustrator.
Yeah, why not? Why not, dude? I would definitely take that because I was sitting there like writing down what you were doing with the keys, the keystrokes, and like all that stuff. Eventually, you kept saying it, you know, over and over again, which was great, and I still followed along, but like I had to have it written down too, just to.
Bro, when you get those key commands memorized, it's almost like a whole.
I keep saying strokes.
Strokes.
Strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man,
dude,
those key commands they're a lifesaver when you get them like second
essential.
nature.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I need to learn that for Premiere because I'm in there more than
Oh,
Photoshop now or Illustrator or anything really. It's
that's what makes it hard to jump to a different program because like
all
you
the
hear
different
how
stuff.
like I do hear how awesome Procreate can be. It's like I'd love to try Procreate out, but it's like I'm just so used to doing the stuff the way I do them, and
I mean,
uh
it's really like if you can get away with like you like doing your stuff on the computer, and
yeah.
it's like for me, it's like my computer's in this one room, so like this room, and I have to like come in here, sit in this chair. Like I'd rather I'm so used to being lazy, I guess. The phone. I want to be able to do this
Yeah.
on my couch, but like with the mouse, it's like I gotta get a little table next to me and like have a whole setup, you know. That's why I was really trying to figure it out on the iPad, and I feel like it's coming soon. I feel like they're gonna give you like that couple more updates, like the what is it, Command Shift V or whatever, where you do the
Oh, you paste it in place.
yeah
Paste it
that
in
ain't on
color.
there, and
Yeah, yeah.
the ring light thing that ain't on there. I wish it was.
Oh,
Those are like two
that's the
things.
one. The
Yeah.
ring light thing, the offset path. That's a huge one. I was like, I can't find that on any other.
Well, no, not even the
Yeah.
offset path thing. Well, yeah, the offset path thing
Yeah.
to make the ring light in general. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can take that. I can do this the Photoshop, like I said, the Photoshop stuff. I can do that on Procreate or even the Photoshop app for iPad. That's actually gotten updated since they took it off and then put the
Yeah,
cloud back on and
man.
all that.
And
So,
they got Adobe Fresco,
yeah,
Fresco
Fresco,
now. Yeah.
Fresca. I think that's a drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
tried
man.
that. It's all right. It's not
It's
bad.
just, it's like a Procreate type thing,
Hmm.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
just
right
like
now
it
it's,
all because they're linked. And you can like pull files. Like you can start one thing in one program and have it on your iPad and it'll still be able to open it. You know, that Creative Cloud thing is where it's at.
oh yeah, dude. You get all access to that Creative Cloud. I'm really focusing on Arrow right now. I just have a feeling it just has a lot of useful stuff to it. Like if for NFTs, for example, like I'm pretty sure a lot of cool things from Arrow can get into NFTs or how people are using VR headsets and stuff and this meta stuff that everybody's talking
Yeah.
about. Like I feel like a lot of that AR stuff will eventually translate to all of that. It's not super useful now. Like you need the Arrow app, right?
Yeah.
In order for you
You
to
have to have the app.
experience. Yeah. Like if I were to make something in Arrow, if you want to experience it, like you gotta download the app now.
Or you have to just look at a video of you doing it,
Oh, yes,
like with your
yes.
hand. You know, that would be awesome if you could just like send over that and have it holographically project out of your phone.
It just
Like, when
happens
is
on
that
your
coming?
phone.
Come on, Elon.
But
Fuck Mars, dude. Let's get
there's
that
so
going.
much. I have a huge project. What was that last thing you said? Sorry, man.
I said, come on, Elon. Fuck Mars. Let's get that going.
Fuck Mars, dude. We need some AR
Fuck that
going.
fucking Neuralink shit. Like, come on, man. Nah, if we had Neuralink, we wouldn't even be interested in this art shit, I don't think.
But yeah, dude, like, what was that, man? What was it? Oh, in January, I have a huge Arrow project coming out, which is like, whoa, that's in like a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
What was it?
Holy crap, it's
But
January
like,
already.
it's like in Arrow, it's like it's not only the stuff like that stuff coming at you. Like you can push stuff on there.
Yeah.
You can move close to it, and then like it triggers something for something to happen.
Movements and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Lot
you
of
can do in
different
that.
crap.
So it was, yeah.
I went to a Van Gogh, and speaking of Van Gogh and his broken ear, I went to for my birthday a couple months ago. We went to this Van Gogh, the hell do you call it? Exhibition, I guess. It's weird. It was a weird thing because
Oh yeah.
it was the digital one. You had to download an app,
Oh,
and it
shit.
wasn't Arrow, but it was an app. And you go up to like certain things, and it would have like a little barcode or whatever, and you hold it up to it, and then the painting would kind of like not come at you, but it would move around. It was just me moving.
With the Van Gogh style and everything.
Yeah, that's what I was doing mushrooms one time, and I wanted to recreate that. because I was standing in front of the Starry Night poster, and every single color was on a different layer. I've always thought of this ever since I like saw your stuff too. Like it was just on a different layer and moving just a little tiny bit, so it like felt like it was breathing almost, not like necessarily, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait because you can make some crazy shit if you do an exhibit now, included with Arrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what they're pushing. And the project that I'm doing with them, it's gonna be awesome, man. It's got NASA stuff too. Yeah. It's like a NASA Arrow thing, and it's about having stuff at an exhibit and as a collectible. Can you, dude? I'm just thinking about it. Can you give someone an NFT but give them a physical object too?
Well, yeah, because actually, that dude Beeple was just on Rogan like last week or the week before, and he brought him an NFT of like it was Elon Musk like all buffed out with one of those Dogecoin dogs in front of him.
Okay, I think I saw that. I think I saw a clip of that.
Just like a little, just like a little frame lit up, and then had that on there, and it had like it was like going from like the picture to like the underneath picture, like the actual, because he uses Cinema 4D to do it instead of Blender, but it's basically the same thing. And you have like it's like a whitish, you know, model that you add the shadows and the lights on, and then you put a texture on top of that gives it. It's so crazy, man. It's so hard for me to wrap my head around. UV wraps are so crazy.
Dude, I do want to get into it, man. I want to get into that where I just want to, you know, make awesome stuff. At the end of the day,
and
whatever.
You do.
I just want that's all I want to do.
Well, dude, get on that YouTube. What's that?
So I was thinking the YouTube channel. I was thinking about like having it catered to people like us. You know, like we're not the youngest people out there, right?
No, but we're in the middle. You know,
we're in the middle. But like a lot of people like our age that just want to get into this stuff, you know, they think that, you know, it might be, there's a lot of people that tell me like, because I got into this stuff when I turned 30, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, man. I've been into art my whole life, but I never like got into it seriously and started making money until then.
Yeah, we can, you know, help people like that. I think maybe having a YouTube channel. I feel like
people, they don't want to, they feel like they can't get into it because it's too much to learn and you won't start making money off it for like a long time. And who knows, you might not be happy with it, but you gotta, it's weird, man. You gotta have like a backup plan of some sort, but you have to just jump in the water, dude.
Yeah. I think like, just having fun with it, right?
Yeah, jump in. Don't be afraid to like start something or do something, you know, because you always have these like anxieties about like, oh, I'm gonna have to do that again next week, or I got a video I gotta put out. God damn, I gotta drive an hour to go do this, and then, you know, that's what is it? The War of Art. It's a book. It's all about resistance and all the things that artists deal with when resistance pokes its motherfucking head in your fucking shit.
It's called The War of Art. I'm writing that down too, man. You're teaching me a ton of stuff, dude.
Yeah, I learned that from Joey and Rogan. They fucking follow that book, you know, because it's like it kind of helps you with all getting past all the different things like we were talking about with just getting in the way of producing what you want to do, you know. And making the content that you want to do and being creative, because a lot of the time, man, I gotta admit, like I'm not like a depressed guy or anything, but like sometimes I'm just like, fuck this, I just want to go to sleep. I'd rather go to sleep than make this thing. Right? Sleep is so beautiful, but like, well, first of all, I haven't gotten a lot of it in the past 5 years,
man,
but
hey.
Look at these bags.
Hey, I got them too. They're getting bigger.
Get some cucumbers or some shit. Put them on here. But you know what, dude? It really is worth it in the end, because you eventually get to the point where you're working for yourself. Yeah. Basically, you know, you got the full-time job still, but you probably do that for health insurance, right? Like for the main thing. Honestly, dude. So I only started this before. Like 2 years ago, I started it. That's why I moved to Austin, because of this cool job here.
prior to that was I was kind of doing my own thing for about 4 years, like freelancing and stuff like that. So I haven't worked a regular job until 2 years ago. And then the pandemic hit, and they took care of me during the pandemic too. And I really like these guys, and the quality of life is nice with these guys around. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a short story with
it is what it is though. I mean, if you are at a spot, because for me it was like I worked a real estate foreclosure law firm, dude. I was in the referral department, so I wasn't really doing anything but opening the files. But in the end, my company was like taking your house away if you didn't pay your mortgage.
Oh man.
So
I was an underwriter.
Years. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like what? I mean, I was a terrible underwriter. That's why I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. But it's like you make the decision on how much risk there is with somebody when they're trying to buy a place.
Well, that's what. Yeah, an underwriter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I say. Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't in that.
I knew what I was doing back then.
I was in like the underwriter. I think works for the mortgage company.
Yeah.
Like, with them. I worked like a separate law firm that represented the mortgage company in the foreclosure. Like if they took it to court, which is what we did. I would get a referral and I would open the file and put all the information in. That's why I had so much time the last 5-6 years to listen to podcasts and go to the bathroom and make a poster, because I was just doing like mindless stuff, like putting in data. But after it got to the next person, they would file the complaint with the county that the property was in, and then it would move from there.
Oh,
so I was like, I need to get the hell out. You're in a good spot. Why not stay and enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it? Plus, you get to do all your stuff on the side still. Yeah,
that's I don't get
well, not all of it, but
I'm super appreciative of them, like, allowing me to do all this cool stuff on the side. I definitely don't have the time to do everything I want to do, like, but I'm still figuring out what that balance is like.
Yeah.
It is a job like in the arts and design field. So it's like, it kind of goes hand in hand with everything else too, but it's, yeah, man. I need to figure out how to get this YouTube. I can't just keep telling every podcast I'm going to make a YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
If you need help, man, I'm here. I have a lot of free time, but
oh snap,
you can make videos and send them on over. Because that's the main thing, that like putting them together after you've shot it. That's like the time consuming thing, really. But I feel like that's something that you would have fun with, though. Like once you got into it, So that's you just kind of want to do it yourself.
I want to do at least like a set of videos just to figure out, the process. I like to understand the process. I work with a lot of engineers and stuff. Like, I don't know how to engineer anything, but I like understanding their process and how they do their stuff. And,
that's why I fell in love with that Skillshare class, dude, because it's totally into your process of your art, and that's what I've been trying to find, is like a process, because I want to create so many things, but I don't know like what style, that I think that's what I'm really trying to find, is like a style.
By figuring out your style?
So many different things.
Dude, I honestly, I mean, what I tell most people is, I
saw yours and I was like, that's my style. What the fuck, man? Why'd you do that?
Dude, just make more stuff like that and see if you like making stuff like that,
Yeah.
I kind of tell, man. See, I talk to a lot of young. I don't know why I have a lot of things going on in my mind right now. I talk to a lot of young designers. Like, a lot of schools ask me to come and talk to the high schools and stuff, and college students and everything. It's like, no, I want to talk to more people like me.
Yeah.
And help
people like, have been doing it a little while. That
I want to help people like me figure their stuff out. But not that I don't want to help the youth. The youth is cool and everything. But yeah. I want to help more people like us, figure out stuff like, how to find your style. Honestly, man, I feel like the more you think of finding a style, is like the more you won't get there. I think it's more like just execution and execution and execution until you land on something and that you enjoy doing over and over and over again. Because I'm looking at some of my favorite graphic designers right now, like DKNG Studios. Have you heard of those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like they have a distinct style, but if you look at what they've been doing over the years, like they haven't really been doing that same thing, like until like a certain point. It's like they were doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like exploring here and exploring there. And it's the same thing with me. If you look through my Instagram stuff, I explore, that poop thing. Totally different style from what I do now. And I think I did the poop thing in like 3 different styles or something like that.
Yeah. And then you were doing a couple different. This one was one of my favorites from back then too, with the one up.
Oh, Steve, blast from the past, dude.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, I will never delete my old stuff, man. Like,
please
yeah,
don't.
They will always be there.
And the UFO one. That's the last one I'm going to show you. This one right here.
Dang, see, like that. So that stuff right there.
That could be an NFT right there, dude.
Hey, man. So that's
still got all the files with the layers?
That's got, yeah.
Done. It's just a matter of exporting.
That's right, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't get over that hump, I guess. But,
dude, once you send me the layers, man. I'll play with them on that Warble app. Shit, it takes me like 10 minutes, dude. Seriously, if you you're like, fuck Warble, I'm trying to get it there.
Warble. I wrote it. No, I wrote Warble down. I wrote it down. I got it on here.
You gotta try it, man, and make a post to be like, yo, Werbs, what's up? No.
But like I'm thinking, it's all about execution, like just doing your best with each thing, and then eventually you'll take bits and pieces off of that, like that saucer one that you were just showing me. Like I think that was one of the pieces where I learned how to use light, on how to shine on an object and how the shadows get cast a certain way, even on the little. So I use a lot of that stuff into the new stuff I make lately, where it's okay, if the light's coming this way, the shadows will go down that same direction. And the rim light thing is something that came later. You know what I mean?
The rim light and the ring.
Rim light.
Yeah,
the rim. I don't even know if those are the right terms, dude.
Those are your terms. You gotta what's that? The hell's that called? Oh my god. You know how like you can't sing happy birthday in a real movie without paying for it?
Yeah. You got your own way to sing happy birthday.
Yeah, you gotta. I forget what that's called. You gotta make an NFT out of it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. That's the end result.
We're getting there. Dude. But I honestly think the best way to find a style, I think you're doing the right thing. You're just exploring different stuff. Eventually, you're gonna take your favorite thing here, favorite thing there, and it's all gonna come together.
Yeah, I think it's close, because one of my problems was the fact that I do the Photoshop stuff and I use other people's art or pictures in it, so I can't really like say this is mine, even though I put it together. I can't really say this is my piece of work, like my piece of art, because I didn't sit there and draw it. I didn't take the pictures, like I can't sell it. That's basically it. I can't sell a Photoshop thing unless it's like something original. Man. You know what I mean? Like I can't sell something with Joe or Joey's face on it, or you know what I mean? Because it's got their likeness. Logos sometimes are in there, like maybe unintentionally, just because they were in the picture. Depends. It was hard to find that, and that's why I feel like it's hard to find like a style, because I want to do that kind of a thing, but then. That's why I'm trying to learn how to draw a little bit. I use the Procreate thing, just kind of trace what I put together. I see what
you're saying. You are almost there, man, because you have a lot of this, like, what do you call it's like a collaging expertise, right? Where you're really good at collaging and Photoshop collaging. Yeah. Man, there's an artist that I know. What's his name? I think his name is Frank.
Frank.
I don't know.
So I call my cousin. My cousin's Frank. Like we all call him Frank. What's up, Frank?
He does collaging, like digital collaging from old space magazines.
Oh.
And he sells them. So he didn't create those original.
But does he do them? Are they handmade? Or are they digital?
He does them all digitally, but he sells them on like. He can buy his prints and stuff.
Like Etsy and like that kind of stuff. Like his own website. It's weird because like if you want to sell it on like Amazon, they might not let you because of the Like
I think
I made a freaking birthday invitation for my son last year, and the first time I sent it to like CVS or Target or whatever, and they wouldn't let me print it because it had like Moana or not Moana,
oh
Blippi, whatever the hell kid show he was watching on it. So I had to take it to Walmart because they don't give a fuck. They'll print it out. But that kind of shit, like I worry about, and I don't want to like rip somebody else off. Like
no, yeah,
somebody's
dude,
like, hey, that's my art in your art. What are you doing? You know, like
yeah, man.
that is kind of weird.
That's always a man. That's always I mean, I get that with the stuff I make. People are like, "Hey, that looks exactly like what I made." I'm like, "Well, I never even met you.
Yeah,
I never even seen your stuff." But like,
well, they could say that that's a rip off, but it's not like you took their art. You know what I mean?
Man, I got
you. Know it's not a fucking rip off. But like me, I'm actually taking something. Not crediting them, and then
I don't know what to, because I could swear this guy is a big artist. His name, this Frank guy. Why can't I think of his full name? But like he
Frank
literally
Francis Jr.
I think he gets stuff that are non-licensed or something, like really old
non-copyrighted,
magazines.
and they're just so old that they, I think because like after like 30 years, you can use music over again or some shit like that. Like,
oh, is that right? Okay.
Like I think it's a weird gray area, especially on YouTube. So watch out for that too. If you do the YouTube videos and you have music going, make sure you got like your own.
I got that
or find somebody.
What is that artlist.io subscription?
Yeah,
I had it for like 2 years, dude, and I've never.
Luckily, the Video Leap app that I have to make the videos, and I use that to make like the clips for social media of the podcast too, and it has like a whole bunch of stuff from story blocks, just right in the app because I pay a monthly for this Video Leaps app. It's like $4.99 a month, but you can rip like copyright free songs that you just put in like silly. And you can find like a whole list.
That's how
of, like,
I like finding them, man.
Yeah,
energetic, happy.
Yeah, energetic, happy, like sad, doldrums. Like, but it works, man. But like, luckily, I had some music that I made previously over the last 20 years that I just was like, you know what? I never have to use my own music, so why not use it for this? So, if you need some stupid music in the background, let me know.
Hey, man, dude, I will definitely hit you up for a lot of these. Yeah, I promise I won't be like taking a lot of your time for free. You know what I mean, like that.
No, hell no. It's dude. Just like when I started following Joey and Rogan and all that shit, I started making this shit just to make it because I love them dudes and they provided me with fucking pleasure, visual pleasure, sonic pleasure.
Yeah, man.
So that's how I got in with them. And then eventually they hired me and started paying me, but like. Seriously, I would not ever expect any money from you. Trust me. You gave me all the love I need with that Skillshare class, that Instagram name.
I mean, Rogan's in Austin, right? Are you ever coming to Austin?
I hope so sometime, man. Joey was supposed to go this week, but he got COVID.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
I don't know if he announced it. I think he told Patreon. But, yeah, I haven't been. We actually like took off for this week, and I was supposed to like hang out and do stuff with the kids and the fiance and stuff. But
oh man, I'm here taking your time, bro.
And then he got COVID, so I didn't go to. We were supposed to get together and talk about shit for next year for the podcast and all this stuff, but
yeah, we'll
see what happens. But
oh yeah, man. Well, right back at you, man. Whenever you need anything from me, just let me know. Like, Hey, you're proof that I respond to these DMs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I respond like, okay, I do. I'm
it's
pretty
hard,
sure
though.
I missed.
I don't blame you if you didn't though, because a lot of like, just because I started Joey's Instagram. Yeah. And he's got like over 1.4 million followers now.
Oh, that's
so before he started taking it, because he didn't start doing it himself until he moved here last year. So like I was seeing everything. You get so many fucking DMs if you have over certain thousands of followers, So, and if you're not following them, it goes into another category in your DMs, so you don't really see it right away. And then there's a third category for like hidden ones. I don't even know why. There's like
Oh, that
So
must be.
many. You
Well,
gotta
he's
look
got
deep.
like he's got like a million people though, right? So I think he might have
Oh yeah. Well, I have it on
some kind
mine
of, like,
too. I only got like
oh
19,000. So I don't
man,
know what it is,
man.
but I think it was I shared something like a story or something like of like just sharing your stuff on my story, and I think
Yeah.
you might have saw it there, and then that's when you replied, I was like, might as well just say what the hell's up, you know.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's
But if
how.
somebody
Okay.
sends you it just a DM straight up, it might get hidden or something, so you might not see it right away. So that's what I was
Yeah, I mean,
saying. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't see.
I do. I swear I do my best on like responding to like some really cool like the legit DMs and stuff like that.
Even the
I'm pretty
comments,
sure.
you know.
What's that?
Even the comments, like I see you responding all over the place.
Yeah, I gotta say, anyone who spends the time to say something cool, I gotta at least say, even if I'm doing it fast,
Yeah.
But I gotta say, even though I do the hands
The hand, I did
emoji
the
thing,
hand, this, and then the hand again. That's like my go-to.
like, I gotta acknowledge whenever every time someone says something good. But like, yeah, I try. I'm pretty sure I miss a bunch of cool people like you too. But I'm glad we got synced up and we got to do this, man.
Me
This
too,
is
man. It's been a fucking pleasure talking to you, dude. I'm so glad this happened. Seriously. I can't wait. Maybe we get to meet in Austin sometime, go to like the Vulcan or something. I think that's where he does some shows, him and Red Band. They host some comedy shows down there and
Oh
shit.
shoot, yeah, yeah. Whenever you're down here,
I
man,
think he's
let me
building
know.
his own like comedy club. Or he had one he bought and he's like fixing it up, Rogan. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I remember him mentioning that in something like a
something,
recent
yeah. So
something. Yeah.
that'd be badass. I want to go. I want to go. I wanted to go to LA, dude. When the Comedy Store. Did you ever go there? Like while you were
I
out
went
in
there not
California?
when Rogan was hosting or
Bumping.
anything, or
Popular.
but like I went through. I watched something there. I watched a comedy show there, but it wasn't a big one or anything like that.
Yeah, it was still like just that building. I think like it's just
Yeah.
a really iconic building, apparently.
Yeah,
So
dude,
it was.
I wasn't watching a big show, but like everybody was freaking funny, dude. Like you know how sometimes you go to a comedy show, they give you the 2 free drinks, right? So you can hear
To
and
drink
it's like,
minimum.
oh yeah.
Yeah, get you drunk
Sometimes
a little bit so you can laugh a little bit.
but this one was like everybody was like freaking funny. So
Yeah.
I can like yeah. So
I love comedy is my go-to when I don't like want to do anything else. I'll just put on something like George Carlin was like one of my first comedians that I really got into. And then I know he's kind of political, but I love how he gets into the
Oh, good
political
dude.
shit. So I'm more of a George Carlin if I had any political sides to me, but yeah, it's
Do you ever do the stand-up shows? Like if you were to come to Austin, would you look for a gig to do or something?
well, right before the pandemic, I started going to in Philly over here because I live in Jersey, like across the river from Philadelphia, and there's a place called Helium there, and they were doing open mics there, like Monday nights or whatever. I was going like a bunch of Mondays. Me and Joey were talking, like I was gonna try and get up. I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted to talk because my parents put me in speech and public speaking in like 4th grade. Like it was like
Ooh.
a extracurricular activity after school.
In
I don't know.
4th grade?
Yeah, dude. It was like 4th or
Hey.
5th grade. So I had to like learn how to talk in front of people and write a speech, make sure it was a certain length of time, like when I read it, that kind of thing. So not that I am good at it or good at talking or anything, but that's what I felt like maybe I should do this because they fucking did that, and I experienced that and I kind of know what I need to do, whether or not I get nervous and can't or whatever, but I never got picked to go up. And then Friday the 13th, 2020.
Oh,
So, that
I
was the
got you,
last
man.
day, the day the earth stood still.
Oh man.
Fucking Keanu Reeves came out and was like, tap, tap, go home. You were not playing today. But eventually,
yeah,
maybe one day when if shit gets like okay again, like this recent surge of stuff has kind of got me a little worried. Like I had to go, since he got it, I went Monday and got myself tested just so I knew because I was there Tuesday before Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how he got it and I didn't. But
I heard they're like coming out with pills now and stuff like that. Like, it's weird. Like, things are like, oh, it's getting better, and then it's not getting better. It's getting better. You know, it's
yeah,
like,
it's a roller coaster of love.
yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, I kind of got used to, like, when I moved to Austin, I was like, oh, forget it. I'll just get a pretty nice base here, and I'll spend some money on the base. So, you know,
You don't have to go out and do much.
so it probably made me a little less social. You know, I feel like whenever I go to a social event, I do feel a little awkward, you know.
Yeah, that's just
being
because you're
home-
not used to it.
Yeah, man. I am ready to go out and do some
We
cool
did.
things.
I used to. Well, we still do it. We did one in the beginning of January. I host an open mic, but it's a music one at this like local bar down the road. So we did that one time since the pandemic. You know, but I don't know if we're gonna do. We're supposed to do it Monday, the 3rd of January. I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Might have to postpone. Shit. If I don't have it now, I'm not trying to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Only
for sure.
because I have little babies that don't have a vaccine, and I don't
Right,
know what's
dude.
gonna happen.
It's totally yeah. See, I don't even know what that realm is like, man. Having a family to take care of and
Scary as shit.
I
But
can
it's
imagine,
worth it,
dude.
man. It is. It's totally worth it, but it's really fucking scary. He just had
Dang,
croup the
man.
other day, man, and he woke up in the middle of the night choking. And I never seen a kid, let alone my own son, not be able to breathe. It was the craziest feeling, you know. But
Oh my
he was
gosh,
all right.
dude.
He was all right
He's
after
all
that.
good?
But
He's all good. Okay.
yeah. Now the baby got like a cold again. But I think when babies teeth and they have their teeth coming in through their gums and shit, it like creates a lot of sinus problems. So they get a lot of like,
man.
mucus and shit. So they said that that's what it was because we took him too, like just to be safe. Like I think we're still waiting for his little test to come back because he had a little put up his
Oh,
nose
you got
too.
the little swab thing that they
Yeah,
do.
because he had strep like 2 weeks ago when he had croup.
Hey.
And my fiance had laryngitis, and I was like, I'm gonna get something. So as soon as I felt a little weird, I called the doctor, and he put me on these antibiotics, and I knocked that shit
Yeah.
out before
Yeah,
it even
dude.
started. I was like, no, I cannot be the only one that's not sick.
You
in
created
this
that
house.
shield. You got that shield around you now.
Hell
That's
yeah.
sick, dude.
But
That's
that dude, thank you so much for doing this. We talked for like an hour and a half. It's the longest
Dude,
one
you-
I've had in
oh.
a while.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like we haven't even talked about the. I'm just kidding, dude.
No, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I watched all the other podcasts and you got into your process, and I don't want to make you repeat shit over and over again. And plus, I don't have that whole screen sharing thing. So I was like, you know what? This is
Hey,
I wanted to meet you and see, you know, get into who you are and not just the art. You know, I want to see the man behind the art.
Oh,
you know?
dude. Well, I hope I gave you a little bit of that, you know, at least. But
Hell
no,
yeah,
thank you, man. Thank you. Hit me up anytime.
You too. Seriously, if you need any
yeah.
help, I'm here.
I will, dude. You'll probably be one of the first people I hit up when I make my first video.
Please do it.
You might be, man, because I
Or
need
just
some
let me
type of
see it
motivation
before you
to-
post it. I just want to look at it.
Yeah, I'll send you. I do that. Like, dude, I have like 5 Dropbox links of
I got
videos that I
Dropbox,
show
the
people.
iCloud one. I got paid for like all these different ones too. But I
Yeah.
make like sometimes if you don't do that, you could post it on YouTube as a private video, and then you can share the link so other people can still see it, but not the world. You know,
Maybe okay.
just in case,
It
like
is.
if you ever wanted to do that too. You know.
But I think I'll do what you were telling me. I'll try to make a few, get like a buffer going on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, I do this a lot. We were gonna close the video, and then I think of another freaking tangent.
No, I do it all the time too, man. I don't even know. See, that's the thing. I'm not a professional. I don't know how to do this shit. I just watch these guys do it like they don't, you know, like they're changing their underwear. But I don't know. I just get into it. I when I start a podcast, most of the time, like I hate the podcasts that start out and they're like, "Hello, introduce yourself,"
Oh,
and then you got to say who you are and what you do. Like it's not like
I was
don't
ready to do
hate
that.
but like.
I was ready
hate
to.
when people ask
yeah.
me to do that, and I'm like, I'm never gonna do that to
You know what I
anybody.
think it is? It's I think people. I mean, I'm not maybe not everybody, but for me, like I don't really like talking about myself super highly. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
I think that's
I
a
feel
no.
weird just like saying my name and what my profession is. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it makes me feel like I'm at a job interview or something. You know. But yeah, I just wanted this to be a fucking conversation because it's two dudes that love art.
Heck yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Forever, right? We're gonna keep
Hell yeah.
doing this. I'm gonna come up with videos. You're gonna show me what you came up with your style, right?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna continue to like try to mimic yours for a little while, I think.
Yeah,
But you know
dude,
what? Shit, it's fun. It like you really made something to do for an artist that like I hate calling myself an artist. I don't even feel like I am. But like for a person who loves
man.
doing
Yeah.
art, for you to make the Skillshare and the tutorials and all that shit, dude, it just inspires. Like I have so many ideas and things. Like I was just reading, those little golden books from back when you were a kid. They have like newer versions with like Moana and Super Mario Brothers and shit. I was
Yeah.
reading Super Mario Brothers with my son before I came down, and it's 2D. It looks like Super Mario, but not like a 3D one. It's like a 2D. I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is be so cool if he had your style on it. Like you had the freaking shadows with all the rim and ring lights and everything.
Random
Like,
ring lights, dude.
I
Yeah.
swear to God, I could take a picture of that and then just kind of like, I want to try and chase it in Illustrator and then make it your style, but that other picture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like
dude.
how you use because I also have the that one thing that you did with Adobe with a bunch of other artists recently. That little collaboration. It must have been like maybe it was a few months ago. I don't know. But it was like it was a big spaceship, and you shared the final thing on Instagram. It was
Oh.
the sketch, and then the flat layers, and then the layer with the shadow and
Oh,
lights.
and then you swipe and it's someone else's art, and you swipe at someone else's
Yeah,
art.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's one artist there that didn't connect the thing. You know how each of them had a connecting thing there?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that guy's cool, but yeah. It's like, man. Hey.
What my brother would be like? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Hey, but no, what he put in there was sick, so that made up for it.
Yeah,
But it was
all that
like I just thought it was funny. It was like all of them connect, right? And then there's one that's like, this is my own thing.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, it's
I didn't really like because I thought I wasn't sure exactly what the collaboration was because it was all different. It was all your own things. You didn't collaborate on one piece, or what?
I don't think any of us kind of knew. I think it's okay. The theme was like coming together or something like that. It was for Adobe Max 2020.
Oh, okay.
And dude, like, I mean, I was teamed up with two other illustrators, a photographer, and a 3D artist, and we all had to make one thing that like together, like, and then I think because we all had our own ways of doing stuff. We're like, you know what? Let's just make our own stuff and have a way to.
We'll just
like,
post it all in one post on Instagram.
The deadline was coming, and it was like, guys, we don't really have a great idea, but we can still make it sick if we do our own stuff and figure out a way to connect them. And I think that's kind of how.
I'm having ideas right now. Maybe photoshopping people out of a picture, making them a flat. And then add in a shadow and all the rim, like make it look like they're a piece of paper with the textures.
Yeah.
Those
textures, man. Dude, really quick, I just want to say before it closes, man, like years before, I was never thinking about doing tutorials and stuff. And after this year, even when I made them, I thought, man, my tutorials like suck. I hate the Skillshare class. I thought it sucked when I made it. But all the feedback, man, and people like you saying awesome stuff makes me like, it's like, why did I wait so long, to do all this stuff? And I feel like that's how the YouTube would be too. It's like, why did I wait so long to do a YouTube thing? So I'm definitely gonna be making more courses. I have at least a couple planned a year for a Skillshare course. And
cool. Yeah, I didn't watch it yet, but I have to watch. You did like a live stream after the course, like in August or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I have to go back and watch that because I was looking for the link for that, but
I don't even know if they posted that yet.
I don't think so, because I go to your page on Skillshare and I only find that the one class
It's
that you
definitely
did.
been recorded. Maybe I need to reach out to them and see what's going
Yeah,
on there, because
that'd be cool, because I went to your Instagram and I was looking on the Instagram post you said, and somebody actually asked, "Hey, can I look at this after the live?" And you were like, "Yeah, they should have a link." I'm like, "Whoa."
I think you probably, oh, dude, you probably caught all the stuff I probably flaked on. I know. Hey, wait, I didn't, I didn't. Well, hey, you know what? I should be responsible in following up with them and see where that's at, though. So,
Well, yeah, that would just be cool for me. You could just send me the link. You don't have to tell anybody else. Just follow up with them for me. Dude, thank you so much, man. It's really an honor and a pleasure, and I can't wait to talk again, dude.
Hey, can I ask you really quick, man? What is your name?
My name is Michael as well.
What?
What?
This whole time your name was Michael too? Okay, because I knew your name wasn't Joey Diaz.
No. Well, that's what comes up on the damn. I had to do that. I pay for the Zoom, but I put his name on there so any guests like that we talk to know it's him and not who's this little guy.
Oh damn, Michael! Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's not a bad name, bro. One chick that I used to work with used to say Michael Green was her like husband or fiance, but she knew a bunch of Michael Greens and she thought that they were all like aliens. So I think that just Michaels in general might be. We just don't know it yet.
You never know. I mean, we're all we're all
Could
pretty
be
unique,
simulations or aliens, one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's a little of both.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, man, and pleasure to talk and just chop it the hell up, man. I do have a lot more that I could talk to you about. I feel like we should get back on this in a couple months. If you haven't started your own by then we're gonna get back on this, and I'll give you that final kick to get you on the tube.
Oh heck yeah, dude! I would love that, man. Because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be up by then. but yeah, thanks again. Like I said, yeah, we'll do part 2. Hit me up whenever you want, dude.
All right,
I got you.
All right, have fun out there in Austin, brother.
You too in New Jersey.
Jersey.
That's right, bro.
Peace.
Later, man.